Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol MNKD. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis on Friday, so that's where the green line is coming from, but that's also where our first update comes about from, and this update is just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So going into today, that $5 range was an ideal level where, you know, if that late day bounce from Friday had any sort of momentum, then that was definitely the area that you would want to see hold. And unfortunately, it did not hold today. So that's definitely going to be that near-term area of resistance where if there is any sort of bounce, that first kind of way to measure the health of the bounce or measure the strength of the bounce is, well, how does the price react around $5? If it goes up there and it's like a warm knife through butter, well, then, hey, that move actually has some good solid power behind it because it got through $5 relatively quickly. Now, if it goes up there and struggles and all that, well, at that point, it's like, okay, yeah, the price is bouncing, but it doesn't seem to actually have that much power behind it. So definitely kind of use the $5 as almost a temperature gauge, if you will, in terms of measuring either how hot or how cold any sort of price movement to the upside is. On the flip side of things, as far as support levels are concerned, it's all about this level right here at essentially the dollar mark, 98 cents, right around there. And you can see that, you know, it makes pretty good sense why the price did ultimately bounce from that area today. If you go back to Friday during the, you know, the big bloodshed portion right here, that's also where the price stopped going down. So it's very clear that there's, some buyers between the 98 cent to $1 mark. Are those buyers going to remain there? You know, there's no such thing as a guarantee. You know, charts are not a crystal ball in that sense. But what the story is telling us is that as it stands right now, people do find value buying right around that area. Whether or not that remains the case, we don't know, but it's at least a very logical area on the chart as far as levels of support are concerned. So again, if it does bounce like it did previously off that level, the first key level to watch on any sort of resistance standpoint is up there at $5. So pretty interesting movement here, quite a bit of volume, and you know, if you've traded long enough, then you know these stocks in this price range that get beat down in a hurry. There can be some pretty impressive bounces, so it's definitely worth keeping an eye on. So that's why I plan on monitoring this one and seeing if the bulls can indeed put together some sort of worthwhile bounce. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.